It's a rocky road for Bitcoin right now as Trump has highlighted Iran once again, the U.S. fleet arriving shortly, not looking great. We also have a massive crypto tax data breach that's affecting millions of people. You're forced to give your information to these organizations in compliance with local tax regulations, and then they lose track of your information to the dark web. That's how the world works right now, folks. And we're also going to have to talk about some tough truths about altcoins. I had to make some major changes. Things happened. I got to say, you all know what happens after I'm forced into making a major life purchase with, in the current situation where altcoins are right now. Even so, I was still up on these bags and I did some shifting. Okay. So last time I did this was March of 2024. I also did this November of 2021. So fair warning. Okay. Fair warning. Take it or leave it. Now, make sure to give me a follow here on X. I am at Drew Whitert. I got a celebratory co-host here. Matt, what are you up to? Are you still in that silver position?
Of course I am. Yes.
Oh my God. You're on fire, man. I'm absolutely awesome.
I finally hit a take profit on 2-bit for the first time ever.
Okay. Yep. Very nice. Very nice.
I didn't think that was like possible. I didn't think it was like legally possible per their bylaws. So I thought they would stop the price right before they take profit, but no, it happened. And silver just keeps going up, and I just am long silver 50x. So couldn't be happier.
Very nice, Matt. Very nice. Well, let's get into it, man. I'll bring you up here. So
let's do it.
Someone tagged me in this, maybe as an additional piece to the new whip, Matt. I mean, this looks kind of reasonable.
Looks pretty damn cool to me.
Shot Show, USCCA tagged here. Wolf of Wamea suggesting I might put this on the Sequoia. Well, I didn't.
Wow. Where would it go? Where would it go? Where would you put it?
On the Sequoia. Now, the weird part about this comment is I didn't say anything to Wolf or anyone other than like you and a couple select people here, but I did make a move, folks. I made the move.
Yeah.
I made the move. Okay. I've been excited about this thing. Is basically this or Resvani if the altcoin mega pump came at some point over the past few years, being a $500,000 Resvani, but this secondary option, honestly, one of my dream vehicle setups here. So very, very excited about that. Maybe I add the, this little device somewhere on that. I might be able to put it on the roof. I mean, I got a roof kind of ladder there. So kind of interesting, kind of exciting. I, later on in the show, I'll talk about the next thing. I've been making moves and, I think,
it's a great car.
I don't know if DJ was around this show, particularly in March of 24, but it was the local altcoin top. Like ICP was $16. Avalanche hit 52. Avalanche went up to like $60 around that time frame. And it was a much, much different environment for altcoins in particular than we are in now. And so within that concept, Matt, I made some moves. We don't really look like we're not going to have a major war at some point. It seems like it's just a matter of time. So
the portfolio is very focused. The warmongers are out.
The warmongers are out. So, and I saw Jay was looking at a Bitcoin long. I'll pull up the charts here in a minute, but let's go over the rundown here. And this is Kelly's masterwork in the background. Shout out Kelly Kellum. He's building it out. So when Wall Street meets the blockchain, this is the market snapshot where you will, this is actually going to be potentially coming shortly. I don't know exactly when the release date is, but we're going to be making this information available to all of you out there. Bitcoin prices, but the major thing here, gold is $5,000, just about. Silver coming in at $100. Market pulse is the precious metals having a party while crypto nurses a hangover. Silver smashes through 99 this morning. It just hit $100 towards the century mark. Gold touched all-time highs near 49.66 before taking a breather, and Bitcoin holds around $89,000 as we see extreme fear re-entering the building. Absolute shout out to Kelly for this awesome write-up. Also, he gives some NVRV framework where Bitcoin, trading near the 1.8, suggesting we're at an optimism / anxiety zone, far from euphoria feelings at 3.5. Funding rates turn negative after $1 billion liquidation cascade. Ooh, fun. And a historically contrarian bullish signal. Very, very interesting. Bitwise research coming out and talking about, what is we got here? I want to here. I'll give him. I'm going to send you the link, Mr. Kelly, on Discord. I will find you. We're in the basement show here. Let's see where I can find him. There he is. All right, perfect. Got him the link. I am absolutely loving this article right out though. It goes over BitGo going public, first crypto IPO in 2026. Made on Wednesday, institutional custody giant became the first crypto company to IPO, which is very, very interesting note here. Let's get him up on stage. Kelly, what is up, dude? Get the banner out of your face.
Oh, what is up, man? Just so everybody know, I'm still alive. Nobody put baby in the corner. I've been diving in like a mofo AI master, just learning, really trying to pull together the best I'm talking the best context of what's going on in the markets. I mean, I uploaded and ingested. I created a whole master blockchain brain, ingesting Lynn Alden and Ray Dalio, the history of central banks, books that have been written all the way back to 1800 to now, updates on article postings, Kobe Essie letter. I mean, I'm Caleb Franzen. It takes everything and then pulls stories from the recent day and then builds articles, and I give it input and stuff. So we're about to be seeing some really, I'm talking monster top level alpha that we're going to be sharing. This is one of the first sample reports that we're seeing here.
I'm loving it. I mean, it really gives a good overscope. We got Bernstein talking about potentially Bitcoin having bottomed. $150,000 target remains. Bernstein is a large organization they pay good money to good researchers. So I like looking at this information. These are really the institutions that are more in control of money movement than anyone. Obviously, retail has failed at moving the buck forward on crypto. I will say that. We got destroyed by meme coins, so retail hasn't really been moving the ball. That's why I like Bernstein here. 2026 target, they're looking at $150,000 Bitcoin, and then their 2027 target is $200,000 Bitcoin. So this is kind of interesting to me. I think it's worth discussing the larger time frame of where Bitcoin is, because I know I get zoomed into these 15-minute charts all the time. Kind of incidental that you came up here.
Well, did you notice those targets break this idea? One, retail's not in control, and they haven't been this entire cycle. Institutions are in control. There's still fear of the 4-year cycle, while we're seeing this massive influx of institutional players get involved, and it's only accelerating from here, guys. I mean, we've only scratched the very edge of the edge of the end of the top of the surface of the money that's going to be coming in. So when you see projections of 150 and then 200, this is also speaking of this sort of slow build stair step pattern moving up and to the right. So while I am still cautiously looking at levels that could wash people out a bit further down into the 70s, maybe even up to 60s, it's becoming overwhelmingly less and less likely as we're seeing. I mean, the stories about liquidity coming in just get it stronger and stronger. The stories about debasement are getting more pervasive, people being aware of this. And so the stackingness of this market, I think, leads to more risk if you exit versus just holding on and figuring out ways to DCA in.
For sure. And I was seeing some interesting comments in the chat before we went live, and it gave me a good idea to just kind of look at the general market right now, because there's a lot of questions. Are we confirmed in a bear market? And this can be discussed on a few different angles here. So the past Bitcoin bear markets, I just want to give some context to what they actually look like. So the top at $19,678 in 2017 at the end of the year, you subsequently fell on Bitcoin's price by 85%, right? Falling all the way from near $20,000 down to $3,500. Shout out to the people that bought this dip, right? This is where my career in crypto began, right here not the perfect bottom, but this is where I finally had done enough research and I YOLO'd my life savings into this zone here. But it was after a massive 70% pullback on Bitcoin by the time I got it. And then the next bull market, we had a drop that was very, very significant. A lot of factors played into it, but when it was all said and done, we had dropped by 77%. These are two, and you can see the diminishment of losses moving along with the market cap going up because it's a more difficult ball to push to the upside and the downside. So now that we're all on the same page, okay, Drew, now we're going to move to the next section here where people, understandably so, are looking at this chart and wondering, have we dropped into essentially bear market levels? And as it sits right now, I do believe we're down by right around 30%.
Well, what on the most basic technical description of a bear market, though, and if we're looking at that whole scale of the scope of the trend, you're only seeing higher highs and higher lows. So even where we're right now with peak frustration because it looks like a massive bear flag, and Crypto Crank is right on spot on the money with the technical sort of levels below. So it does look like it can do that. But as it stands right now, the low that it is showing on the chart is still a higher low from that previous low at 74,000.
And just to visualize this, I lined up Bernstein's price targets with the time frames, right? And in logic, if this trend generally just continues for the next 2 years where institutions wash retail off the charts, consistently bringing it back to those previous breakout high levels, and then move the ball forward just like they've done for the last few years. There's some data behind this. There's validity within the idea that we're in a super cycle. If you are looking at this on a weekly time frame and ingesting all of this data together, that, as Kelly just said, literally is just a setup of higher lows. And by the time the dust settles, what these banks are saying, I think that there's a degree of sales that happen with Tom Lee and things like that, but Bernstein is a market analysis and fund manager, right? They want to make money off of things, and they have more money than any retail has to actually move the bill. This would be a structure that would make absolute perfect sense to see. We have to be prepared for this. It's interesting that we aren't dropping below $80,000 after we kidnapped a leader of Venezuela and we have civil unrest going on.
No, we escorted him safely out of the country.
You're right, Matt. We escorted safely the leader of Venezuela out of the country,
much safer location.
Our country.
Yep.
We ended up with a little bit of oil, sure, okay,
but it's kind of crude oil, and it takes a lot to refine it. So
yeah, but
the best oil in the world.
All of these things combined kept in mind at the range that we're at. It's kind of impressive that Bitcoin's holding up where it is.
Agreed, 100%.
So, this is basically what I'm kind of looking at here. I think that I'm my hopeful romantic. Kelly, I don't know if you want to comment on this, but from where we are, this is kind of how I've been trading this range. It's not really like we're breaking out or anything, but we're like in this upward channel type situation, I feel like. And I was looking at this on a smaller time frame just for the sake of trading. Bam. It kind of just feels like we're at the bottom of this range. And like my initial heart on like shorter time frame trading thought would be to be more long than short in this current situation. Are we at $90,000? Holy shit, we're pumping the market talking about this. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I was too busy focusing on silver and SKR. I wasn't focused on Bitcoin. Sorry.
What do you got, Kelly?
I think you're right to, we're near that sort of range low on that pattern. It does suggest that we could go up. We're seeing a sort of influx of both bullish and bearish news in terms of risk sentiment in the market from Davos, from Greenland, from Ireland, from what's going on in Minnesota. I mean, it's all over the place. People are kind of still like, is this just the new normal? If things just maintain the craziness, I think everybody's going to go, this is just the new normal, man. We stepped into the new normal, which is just the abnormal normalness of uncertainty, right? However, as I've been pointing out, and you've been talking about as well this last year or so, patterns on charts lately have been taking advantage of people because they're, I've been talking about a potential washout to the downside. And I don't mean down to the 70s. I mean, like something that retests in that 78 to $83,000 range to really get some sort of final trap before the upside price action. Remember, we have FOMC meeting. Is it next week or later this week? Today's Friday, so it's next week. We also have the looming sort of government shutdown final conclusion of if they're going to do, whatever they're going to do with that. So we're kind of in a perfect scenario coming into the end of January to really capture, some people in a bear trap. But I have something very interesting I want to show you that I think you're going to really very, very, very much like, and that is this right here. Let me just share this and explain what it is. This is something very important. Yesterday, I'm not joking. This is a live photo that I took yesterday when I went to pick up my dog. Let me just zoom out on this and show you what this is. This is a freaking trophy. Says we're saving lives by racing ducks. This was at Camp Pow Wow, where I have my dog on doggy daycare. I was like, there is no way they have a trophy for racing ducks at my doggy daycare.
They do.
We're changing the world, man. Do you hear this?
Dude, we're going to have to give out a trophy to somebody for being the ultimate duck winner. I swear. We're going to have to like a duck championship now.
Oh my gosh.
We are definitely launching a duck token. That's over.
Wow.
This is it, Callie. You have inspired me.
I'm not launching.
No, me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's keep talking. Like, I love talking about this market though right now, Kelly, because
Kelly gets a duck today for that.
It's an interesting day, and it's an interesting set of data that we have that we're building this upward channel. Kelly, can I ask you this? So an upward channel that doesn't quite make an angle, maybe say yet, is it more often to break? I believe it's more often to break down if it's a upward triangle. Am I correct in that thinking?
Patterns that point up tend to break down. Patterns that point down tend to break up.
Yeah. Okay. Because that's what I was kind of feeling. I was like, if it's angled this way, it makes me a little skittish. So I'm using stop losses anyways. But you bring up an interesting range to watch out for, and more locally, like I've seen a lot of buying pressure at that $87,000 mark. It seemed to really bounce off this a lot before we broke up to like $96,000. So back when we were doing that, I basically just built out this buy interest box. There's a lot of activity that happens here, and we barely popped our head into it and then really started moving back up to the upside from it. So interesting data.
Well, dude, on that note, I mean, look at the liquidation data. On the liquidation data, right in that zone, this would be kind of coming down to test kind of into that, flush that out before moving. Now, this is on 24 hours. What does it look like on the weekly? Let's get a little bit of a gander. So not much there. If we got, it doesn't, this would just be a pit stop, I think, if we continued up. But this is where the hot zone is right now. And it's just, we're in just the peak expectation breaking phase of the market. We're changing the guard from everything being 4-year cycle to being extended cycle. We have all these crypto ETFs that are going on, getting launched and, excessively growing there. But then also we have the number one meme coin of the century, silver. Wait, this isn't a meme coin. This is silver.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this. It's absolutely above $100. This is just insane what we're seeing in the markets right now. Gold is also pressing up. It's about to break $5,000. Wow. And then everybody, if you want to talk about bear markets, I'll give one contention. Yes, we are in a bear market with Bitcoin. And that's if you look at Bitcoin on the Bitcoin to gold ratio. This is just, talk about a head and shoulders that has absolutely broken to the downside. But here's where I think it gets interesting, because if you measure this out, do I think that gold, Bitcoin is going to come down to 10? No, I don't think this is going to break all the way down to here. I think there's going to be a rotation at some point this year that isn't just gold and silver and all these things going parabolic.
Absolutely. And we got to think about it. The gold and silver major institutional investors are in a lot of profit now that they can shift into charts that have more upside. They're no fools. And really when I'm looking at this, Kelly, when we hear the word super cycle, it just reminds me to not have a hot reaction to the word super cycle, because if this continues to play out the way that it has been, they're going to continue rinsing price back down to previous highs before the next bounce. And if Bernstein and their projections are correct, this essentially would look like a super cycle when you're looking at this from the larger time frame. So it's all about context. It's all about time. And yeah, if you are actively trading, join our Discord. I'm keeping that up in case we get any more quant calls this morning, but also this liquidity.
Coming in hot this morning.
Yep, he did injective this morning. He also just hit a take profit on H bar as well. So very, very interesting. But just keep these coin glass liquidation levels in mind, and you join our Discord. You'll have a lot of good signals combined there. The general market, it is falling into more of a fearful zone than not. Interesting though, Layer Zero up 45% on the week. Axie, the gaming infrastructure from last bull market, moving.
Dude, I was buying that at $10 at one point, I think.
10, yeah, it's a
back in the day.
$2.89, right? But Ondo's getting some love, and honestly, like, I got to give flowers to Ondo later on in the show, but we got some other things I want to cover.
Well, you know, in the report, I think it covers Ondo. That BitGo release, the crypto IPO deal that happened yesterday, within, and it talks about it in that report, within, I'm talking, it felt like minutes, but within a couple hours of that happening, they had it tokenized on Solana, on BNB, all through Ondo.
Right.
So Ondo was very much a part of that.
It's very interesting. And so, like, we'll look later on. I want to get through the rest of the show because there's a lot of stuff going. But, you know, I do have some data that I wanted to look and start snooping around on Ondo right now because some things are actually finally happening that they promised, which I think is pretty cool. But this is kind of how technical analysis works in general. If you're the lion and you're watching this, you're loving it, right? If you're the antelope in the moment and you're watching the same thing, you're not loving it, right? So it's all about perspective. That's why, like, you know, as we see the wobble on the charts, you know, I have started to do some shorts. I did 2 longs and a short that I really made a good grab on while I was out without a vehicle and kind of just streaming from home. And, you know, made some moves with it. I like New Tether here. But this is, you know, I kind of went on that super cycle rant because CZ is out here talking about this crypto super cycle. Today's or yesterday's AI will make you jobless, but crypto will make you not need a job, right? And he's notably in this highlight here been responsible for a very, very large amount of sale of Bitcoin on the market, helping push it to the downside. But they haven't been alone. A lot of major exchanges have been implicated in this. There's people that are aggravated about the all-time high being at $125,000. And I think it's just important to be more based than that, right? Because obviously it's an exchange. It's going to be in control of a lot of movements. Don't let these general movements that we're in the market kind of shake you out and take away your based ground of which you want to walk upon. If you want to succeed in this market, you have to be ruthless, based, and just look at data, right? So Kansas has released the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve Framework. It's a bill to create this, run out Senate Bill number 352 of Senator Bowser. And Bowser was from Mario. Isn't that the guy from Mario?
It is. It's the ultimate bad guy.
We might be in trouble with this one, folks. But Kansas apparently has employed a member of the Mario franchise. The
Mario cartel.
Shout out to that. French crypto tax reporting and portfolio management tool got targeted in an extortion and data breach. 50,000 users potentially affected. French investors, French citizens that are forced into this reporting and portfolio management, and then they lose track of your information. That's how the world works until we change it, which is what we're trying to do here in crypto. And we have a chance, but we are seeing some major pushback from the lobbies behind the banking infrastructure.
Yeah,
we have to cover this.
Shocking.
So the U.S. bank lobby makes stopping stablecoin yield its top priority for 2026, making sure that you have no chance of keeping up with inflation this year. That's fantastic. Congress looks to pass crypto market structure legislation before the midterms. Gotta love it. The American Bankers Association. Oh, snap. Green Day Profits. Thank you for the gifted membership.
Oh, there's a duck. There's a duck.
Hey, Drew, I gotta comment on this banking stuff.
Yeah, sure.
And I did a post last week, and it's this one right here. This is what it reminds me of. For just so you guys don't have to read through this, essentially when cars started to become a thing, vehicles in London in the late 1800s, there was regulations that were drawn up that essentially, in order to drive your car, you had to have a driver, an engineer, you had to have somebody also that walked in front of the car with the flag. Now, let me ask you, how relevant is a car if you have somebody walking in front of it with the flag? That means you're relegated to only go the speed of the person walking ahead of you. Now, that completely destroys what the destructive nature that car could have on the horse-drawn carriage industry, and also just people that just didn't understand the new technology, the fear. So what does this really boil down to with the banks? What this really boils down to with the Clarity Act, the Genius Act, the Market Structure Bill, is them trying to get ahead of maintaining their power structures in systems that are getting replaced by not allowing new power structures to evolve. So what we're really seeing here is them limiting this technology that they know disrupts them. They're just essentially saying, well, banks, we're acknowledging that we're slow, that we're centrally controlled, that we're ineffective. They want to maintain crypto to be as hindered as the old system. I don't think this is going to pass. We got Wall Street involved. We've got ICE, and I don't mean immigration control. I'm talking about Intercontinental Exchange, NASDAQ, BlackRock, JP Morgan, even these banks that are on the one hand trying to limit, they're also trying to figure out how to dabble and participate in tokenization and stable coins and other regards as well. I do not think it's going to pass as is. It's going to open up and allow stable coins and crypto to act as they should.
Let advancements to tech and the way things work happen. And it's just like the hand versus the fleshlight. Absolutely, exactly. HHC. Absolutely, buddy. I mean, well spoken.
We call that a manual transmission.
Yeah, and shout out to XR.
What in the world?
Thanks for the membership. Add XRP to the list, my man. We got to get him.
XRP just added one.
Yep. Thank you very much for the support.
Hey, Drew, I'm going to let you guys go. I love you.
You're not going to stay for the duck races, bro?
No, he's got. Well, maybe. I mean, I don't know.
You want to stay for the duck races?
If you want to stay around, you're welcome to do that. But we got a lot of. I got a lot of ground to cover. It's no problem. No problem at all.
You can always come back for the duck races.
Great
put me backstage, and I'll pop back on when the duck races happen.
All right, brother. I'll see you soon. Well, that was awesome. Thanks for coming up on the show with me, Kelly. That was really fun. Now let's get to the rest of this. So Cynthia Loomis feels like everything is great with the Clarity Act. Nothing to fix here. Broad industry agreement is rare, but when we have it on the Clarity Act, builders, investors, and innovators across the ecosystem, this moves us forward with pro-crypto president ready to act. We can't wait. America's leadership depends on it. Everything is fine. Don't worry. Let the banks launder their money back into the system, grease the wheels, and make sure they control everything. Nothing is wrong. Crypto was better before governments got involved. According to Benjamin Cowan, I completely agree with this. Absolutely loved this comment here. Shout out to you, Benjamin. Excellent work on your analysis. Your brostrology has been pretty great. Now, Trump says that a large United States warship fleet are moving towards Iran. And if we're hearing about this, they're already there. So we have not heard the Iranian name in mainstream media, Iran, but it's not that the occurrence of the U.S. and the tensions with Iran has gone away. It's that they're simply not reporting on it right now. And Trump has also filed a $5 billion lawsuit against JP Morgan and CEO Jamie Dimon for debanking him. So he's listing him specifically, Jamie Dimon, according to this Source Watcher guru. Absolutely crazy. Shout out for the membership. A gift in here, Mr. Crypto Steve-O, you savage. Absolutely
get
awesome.
These last second ducks.
Yeah. Now, when we look at Trump, I feel like he's done good. He's done good. The call out of credit cards and their usury and
not letting the big guys buy all the homes.
And also Bibi on taking a credit for the technology that the United States has provided to the location. You know which location I'm talking about. It's our tech, right? And so Bibi's at it. Oh, it's mine, and we're doing so great, and you cannot infiltrate the Iron Dome. It's our tech. Right. So Trump's done really good. In general, I give him more praise than not. Right. Trump is now floating the idea of a fourth term to become president in 2028.
Where is this coming from?
It hasn't been discredited. Record numbers all over the place. Should I try for a fourth term?
Where did he say that?
On Truth. He truth. Truth. It's called a truth, right?
Dude, he is such a good troll. He is such
it's
an epic
incredible.
troll.
It's incredible.
Totally,
God level trolling.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's very, very nice. Now, odds of BlackRock in BlackRock insider and employee looks like Rick Ryder. His chances of becoming the next Federal Reserve chair are going. So this guy is being looked at to be one of the top picks. As of yesterday, right around 30% likelihood to be nominated as the next chair of the Federal Reserve. You compound this BlackRock, because TJ said it well in the other show. It's BlackRock versus JP Morgan, basically. Two massive organizations that control a vast amount of the wealth and the money here in the United States. They have different angles on the market. They've made different moves, but there does seem to be some conflict there, which is very, very interesting. We have Trump suing JP Morgan and Jamie Dimon, according to those sources, but also at the same time, potentially nominating a BlackRock employee here, Rick Ryder. So just some very, very interesting things going on in the background. And this macroeconomically also very, very interesting. Fund manager cash levels have plunged. What is going on? Have plunged to 3.2%, lowest level in history. So some money leaving the shelf on the cash levels here on FMS data. This is from Bank of America on their cash levels. So just take that with a grain of salt.
Look at that, though.
It's a drop off off the cliff right there, man. India, the rupee has also fallen off a cliff. It hit an all-time low against the US dollar. Fiat currencies continue to cascade to the downside.
Why haven't we been shorting the rupee? Why?
Well, all right, here's the deal.
Rupee.
There is no stronger currency on the planet than the United States dollar. And
Correct.
what we're in currently is a currency war against everything that's not the US dollar, essentially. So when we see this, all things are collapsing in terms of fiat, trust in central banks, media and information is moving faster than it ever has before. More people are becoming awake than the world has ever seen. But as it's happening, it's who dies last that wins in this cascade. And really,
boomers seem to be the ones that always die the last.
But, well, true. Very, very true. Shout out to my pops, man. Shout out
to my pops too. But you guys don't die.
About the silver price because
can I pull this up real quick?
Yeah. Are you in a trade right now on silver?
I am.
Yeah, but my pops have been in silver for a long time. Really loving the pump there. Shout out to you, man. So what are we looking at here? You're in a trade.
I'm up 10% on this one, and we're at $100.82 on silver.
Okay. You've been trading this thing quite a bit.
Oh yeah, I've been trading this all the way up from 92.
Nice, very nice, man.
Oh yeah, and then did I want to see what do people think about this bad boy?
Oh snap! You got it fixed up. I like this. I like this.
There's one more change happening right now to make the words more prominent. But if we XRP, another one.
I think XRP. Yeah, he gifted twice on this show, and Crypto Stevo.
Yes, we got Crypto Stevo.
So shout out to you guys. Thank you for supporting. I kind of like this logo, man. I'm not.
I do too. Do you like it?
I'm kind of liking the logo. So
what do you guys
maybe
think?
we put that on the banner.
One for you like it, two you don't.
It's not bad. It's pretty good. So let's keep rolling through the news here. We have a competitor to X. So there is now competition coming to town. European organizations have launched their own social media platform, Win Social, aimed at directly competing with Elon Musk's X app. Officials say every account will require human verification, and bots, their aim in this human verification and identification, they say, is to make sure that there's no spam on there. The real intention is to know everything that you say and be able to go arrest you and put you in prison for God knows how long for having an opinion online. This is a Trojan horse that is being used on the European population. And my heart goes out to you for the loss of your ability to speak out against the wrongs that are happening in the world. But things can change. L Social, more like it. L Social, more like L's in the chat. Fuck this organization. This is crazy that the Europeans are so susceptible for this. Absolutely insane. And speech is how I found crypto. We deserve the right to free speech. Across the planet, it's a God-given right. It's not some right that a government somewhere in some ivory tower can say yes or no. They can turn the spigot on or off on if you can speak out against the wrongs of the world. No, you always have the right to do so. God is smiling if you are disobeying unjust laws. Now, what we have here in the South is a build out towards a potential power outage across the region. Not looking great. Significant ice storm and heavy snow are expected to cause widespread power outages across a large portion of the United States in the areas that experience the worst icing. Utility outages could last weeks or longer. Now, this is the outage likelihood map that we're looking at as of late last night. Things do move pretty quickly on this, but just in general, prepare for potential interruptions to power. And this would come from falling trees, infrastructure not being insulated as it needs to be now that, things are honestly like I see a freeze once or twice here in Georgia a year. It's not too crazy, but this chart in this map basically tells me that we are looking out for some of those things hitting my local region. Now, this is some more updated information. This is from the 20th, but on the 22nd, Captain Kyle put out some good information. So if you can make sure that all your cell phones are charged, power banks, tablets, rechargeable lanterns, any power banks that you may have, make sure those are energized up. Fill up your gas tanks in case the station itself loses power. Get in, if you have small bills or, tradable goods, things of that nature, likely small bills in case the credit card system does go down. And as many prescriptions as you get your hands on, essential medications early. These are things that I would assume most of the people that watch this show already have enough supplies to basically last them 3 days, right? So think about, can you keep your refrigerator cold? Do you know how to do that? And honestly, like TJ was, saying some really reasonable things about like ice and power outages and what you do with your fridge because, it's cold outside. So,
yes.
But, there is
colder outside than it is in the fridge right now.
There are things you need to do to your house, like water and pipe protection, drip faucets. Make sure those are covered up, dripped out, open cabinet doors under the sinks to allow warm air circulation, and disconnect. This is a big one. Disconnect your damn garden hose from those outdoor spigots. Things can get nasty quick. Cover outdoor faucets, as I said, and know how to shut the water off very, very quickly if a pipe does indeed burst. Fill up jugs. Make sure you have drinkable water, usable water. Keep 3 days of no cooked food like peanut butter, tuna, etc. Things that have dry storage capabilities. And, just in general, just go through the thought process of your daily day, the people that you need to take care of, and make sure that you can do it without power, right? It's a pretty simple concept. Shout out to you, Nova. It was negative 24 degrees in Minnesota this morning. Holy good God, that is cold. That's
God's way of trying to keep people off the streets.
I come from Colorado, and we had to go to work, even if it was a sheet of ice. Like life had to go on in Colorado. So me personally, I am used to the ice, but we have to acknowledge infrastructure in generally warmer climates doesn't insulate its systems as well as the locations that are more used to this kind of weather. So it has extra stress on places like Georgia, or, if you're down south and it's usually hot, just keep that in mind, right? That's kind of the interesting angle on this. And also check this out. I think I even have a link in the description for this, but pick up one of these. Let's see here. What is this?
Yeah, you're very excited about that.
I am so excited.
It's dope.
I already have gas generators, quite a bit of them, and I can make more than enough power for the house with the gas generators. But the Jackery 3600 plus, this I'm excited about. I'm excited about this. Holy God, it is negative 26 degrees in Toronto right now. That is a chilly bean. Very, very chilly bean right there. But yeah, just a side note, right? Now let's look at the icy situation, the lockdown on our alt season. right? Crypto
Oh my
Steve-O
God.
said it
NFA
great
said
here.
it's negative 28 Celsius where they are. Holy
I'm
crap.
tired, boss. Steve-O is tired. Okay. I'm very, very in understanding of this message right now. Altcoins have been lackluster, right? This is why you're going to see me enjoy the charts on Bitcoin. I have, obviously with the moves, I was still in profit on a lot of those altcoin bags. I have consolidated heavily. I'm going to put, it in the Discord, obviously, what I consolidated down, but essentially I'm most concerned with Bitcoin, Tether, Chainlink. Those are my concerns, right? And I kept, the Canton interests me, but I was still up on a lot of those positions. So made the move. And that's why I started the show off, just letting you guys know when I have major choices that come up in my life, they've happened at local tops. I don't know if it's God or whatever. Obviously, we don't have a local top right now, but I am more interested in trading Bitcoin with Tether, and just making more and more Bitcoin. That's my interesting aspect. Canton is on the sideline in my mind as well. It's logging a lot of fees, $1.7 million in fees over 24 hours. And that's a big take. Putting it shoulder to shoulder with layer ones like Ethereum and Solana.
It's crazy.
On key adoption metrics. This is very interesting to me. That's why, seeing its adoption, its growth, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it for sure. Ondo Finance, I told you guys I would have some flowers to give, and here they are. So the TVL has absolutely skyrocketed since the release of those stocks, right? Those stocks on chain, very cool to see. And it is now trying to eke up to the $3 billion mark, yet price on the general chart looks like absolute garbage, where I see situations like this where charts not matching up to the metrics and the movements on chain. It perks my interest more often than not. Let's just add the price to overlay on this. Oh my God. Look at the chain. And it's, as I said yesterday, a lot of the unlocks had a part to do in this inverse relationship of price and adoption and rollout, right? This is the insiders, the early ons in Ondo getting very wealthy. But now we have a situation where if Ondo's stocks perform and the TVL continues to go up, this is something that may play out to be a nice little arbitrage opportunity. But I do exercise caution. Like right now, with the shit going on in Iran, I've got to be honest with you guys. It's not looking like we're not going to war. I don't look for this type of situation.
You think in the Middle East?
At least in the Middle East, man. And if I see de-escalation signals from leaders that matter and actions, not their fucking words, then I will come out here and be like, all right, things are looking calmer. I don't have those signals of calm going on right now macroeconomically, and I'd be doing a disservice if I didn't at least say what I feel in my heart. So macroeconomically, I think things are they're on a pot. They're boiling. There's a potential for a boil over. Like, it's just something that's in my mind. So, just keep that in mind. I'm saying it. I'm getting it off my chest. Yes, I'm still going to hold my Bitcoin and probably even my Chainlink should an event like that go down. So just to clear up that answer. But I'm taking a lot of caution, right? And I think this has served me well. I took a lot of caution on things that looked very bullish in the past, like Cosmos. And this is a quick look at how a transaction on Cosmos actually happened. You got the bag filling up, and we got a pretty consistent roll of the transactional process here, but there's a lot of vaporware out there. There's a lot of vaporware that was hyped up, and look, like, honestly, a lot of the vaporware is going to die. The vaporware is going to die. So, as institutions continue to take over, they're not going to create this fever pitch for altcoins. And I think that with how burned retail has gotten, like most of retail got in on crypto.
You are banned.
Jesus. When Bitcoin hit its peak in 2021. Most of the people that I meet in crypto, they got in around here, right?
Oh.
You know, like,
oh yeah.
yeah. And
top.
so
Yep.
seeing this situation, you know, from that perspective is kind of chaotic. This is why we're bottom blasters only, folks. Okay. I only like bottom blasting.
Dude, we're gonna end
and
I can't believe bottom blasters.
This is the hopeful bottom that we can target, right? This is a mid-level bottom right around like the $80,000 mark. Not out of question to hit those, though. Let's say, you know, it's Friday. Trump hasn't brought up Iran in a long time. And all of a sudden, after the markets close today, we get a crazy tweet or truth out of Trump about Iran, right? Things can get a little wild real quick. Shout out to XRP. God, he's giving us connect.
Oh, look at this. He's going for 3 ducks. Dude, you got to make okay. So guys,
bucks.
You got about the duck race is now closed for entrances because everybody's in.
All right. Oh yeah. We got duck races today. This is fantastic.
And I'm ahead of the game here. We got everybody logged in already.
Okay. I love it.
So
I love it. Well,
I think
this is better than being distracted. This is our sport, right? FIFA
this
president.
Is our sport.
This is the FIFA president. Look at this. This guy looks like a ball. His head looks like
a giant ball on his head. That's correct.
FIFA president at the World Economic Forum. Let's just watch what he has to say about soccer and what soccer actually is.
Because this is also magic. You would think this is a ball, right? Well, that's not a ball. This is not a ball. This is actually, let me show you.
It's buffering on me. Basically, he hands it to a guy. He's like, look, this is joy. It brings joy. You know what they mean is that it brings distraction. It keeps people in their place. It keeps them focused on some random thing that they have no control. It's the same shit that Rome did with the gladiators. It's the same playbook used over and over.
We all need leisure.
Yeah. Well, it's a good distraction, right? I mean, you don't take aim at the state. If you're distracted and given some sense of camaraderie with a sport or a idol, right? So, you know, it's just a good way to keep people nice and busy there. Are we ready to run the duck races?
We are. Now I'm going to show everybody the names here.
Oh my God. Yes. Bread and circuses, first VR. Bread and circuses. Absolutely.
But I wanted to show you before we leave, everybody, the arena now has perps built into it. Launch. It'll be announced in like an hour, but it's officially there.
Okay.
So if you're in the arena and you want to do perps, they're there. It's all of Hyperliquid's listings are available.
Oh my God. That is absolutely awesome. And shout out to everyone that's watching on the arena. See your guys' chats. Absolutely love it. What up, Elise?
Look at all that green. Look at all that green.
Mr. Sadi. We got let's see here. Go through the list. NFA, Elise is watching us. Jay, all you got. Vincenzo.
Vincenzo, thank you for the donations, Vincenzo.
Absolutely. Did you get all the names of
everybody from both sides?
Oh, you savage. You're on fire.
I'm on it today. No, look at all these ducks. Look at all these ducks. We got to bring Kelly back. Here he is. Kelly, dude, that duck is just amazing.
Release the Kraken. Let's do it.
We have a Trump duck in here? No, we have Superman duck, though. I like that.
Kelly won accidentally last week.
He's in this one again today.
Oh, my God.
So you need to play some background music for us, right?
Yeah. Let's get the media rolling here. You know, I love that Josh song.
Oh, yeah, let's play that one 100%.
Check the mic, 1, 2.
Hey, everybody.
Heard Joshua got screwed.
I'm giving away $25 of trading not credit, of just dollars on arena trade today.
I love the show. We're pretty much going to World War, but now let's race duck.
Okay. Clean.
Here we go.
He's like, I want my duck to win.
But now it's like, where the cash? Joshua's do. Pay up, fool.
Here we go. At least it's blowing too fast. Too much. Don't duck. All right, we got the commie duck trying to make a move here. Who's that? Stevo's a communist. Oh, no, he's a British guy, actually. Well, I guess.
Thinking they slick, thinking they fast.
Let's see here.
Music is live.
Let's see here. Nick Dunn staying nice and sleepy. We'll see if he will I'm really watching the back of this too. Everyone that's taking their time, right? XRP is taking his time, just moving around here. Now is where it gets serious, folks. Now is where it gets serious. We're gonna see some movement. Oh Lord!
Oh, here comes the.
That duck is dancing. Go, baby.
God. Oh my God!
Kelly Kellum's like, I'm gonna. Oh, dude,
Oh
the
my
duck
God.
got real.
Who's gonna do it?
Always got low energy at the end.
Alden, shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. Make sure to join the arena. I don't know if you're in there already, but I'll give you a referral link, and you can get in there, and I can send you crypto straight to that profile.
Oh, we got a late entry, but we're gonna give it to them because they're a $5 entry.
All right, Alden, here's the link. If you click the link and make an account there, then we'll be able to send you the crypto directly to your profile that you create here. Julio retracting a message, but giving us a super chat here. Shout out to you. $5 super chat. I really appreciate that. Oh, there it is. Silver had peaks at 50 and then $30 before shooting towards 200. Chainlink has had similar peaks, triple digits. If next it follows the silver chart. Look, I mean, the grander concept that I can lay out about the move that we've seen on silver and gold is that it shows me we're going to war and that there's going to be a major pullback as major institutions that got in on silver and gold at much lower prices are going to take those profits and roll them into different investments. So the grander flow, I do think that, crypto, that matters. Chainlink, things that are creating revenue right now, I'd say Canton has a strong potential at mattering moving forward. Those types of projects stand to absorb a lot of money as interest that will flow into them at some point as the profit taking begins. We're not there yet, but yeah, I would just say that the crypto chart is basically a larger, more delayed expansion of price action. It's going to flow from one asset and profits to the next. It's simple physics there. So we got, all right, do we got a nice layout of ducks here?
Right. Oh yeah, there we go. The Trump duck.
Right. All right. Now let's get the ready to fight going. There we go. Here we go.
Woo! There we go. Thank you, Music is Life, just donated to us. You got a duck?
All right, here we go.
Who is the Trump duck? Let's see who it is. I think it's Elise number 2.
Oh my God, the background gifts are just He's dancing. Oh my God, this is great.
Kelly, you gotta do that. I want to do that.
Want me to teach you how to twerk?
No, yeah, like that duck, like that goose.
Here we go.
The arena will be on iOS and Android in February 1st. You can put it on your iOS right now. It's actually quite easy now because you can connect to anything. Elise, you are the Trump duck, Elise.
What did Joshua do? He's wondering about that Joshua song.
Oh, what Joshua?
Kill him! I got the black duck. What? No!
Oh God!
Papa Boots! Papa Boots!
Good job, Papa. According
Papa,
to
I hope
that,
you're here still. That would be really sad if you didn't stick around.
well, we'll send them. I'll put the referral link in the chat there again for him, and then maybe I'll
even keeping these ducks. We got so many good ones. Trump duck, the Rainer duck.
There we go. I'll pin the message in the live chat there for you. All right, we'll do one more. This is too fun. I love Fridays, and you know what? If they have any fun on good altcoins, the altcoins we're giving out in the arena are at insanely low levels. So, I'm hoping that this
XP did get rug pulled on this one.
Yeah, he did. We got one. Here we go. He's in the run-of-mill. He's got the green duck today. Let's see here.
All right, just long silver. Just that make it your full-time job. That's what I'm saying.
Oh man, I love this chat. Absolutely awesome. This is the last race of the day here, so we'll see. This is the final winner. Shout out to you, David B, Patton McCrotch, Robert, XR Pete, of course, PT Weldon. Pretty interesting. Green Day Profit. Shout out to Crypto Steve. All the peach.
Dude, ban.
When did he duck? Oh, don't do it yet. We'll do it.
No, I'm not banning the duck race. That would be rude.
Let's go. Money is on Beirut. Interesting. Yeah, Beirut is just not a stable location. Let's see here. What do we got? Oh, yeah. All right. This is the moment that matters, folks. Will the Trump.
Here comes the. Oh!
Okay.
We got the graduate duck. Julio energy. Julio energy.
Vincenzo's right on his tail. Oh! Very, very nice. Congratulations, Julio. Energy. All right. I'm going to write the names down here.
What's that?
Writing the names down here so I make sure you got all this. So we got Julio Energy. And then we had
Julio, what a sweet way to sneak in there.
All right, so let's go over the winners before we get off here. So who won the game before? Was it Papa Puth, right?
Papa Puth? And Julio and Alden. There's Alden right there.
All right, perfect. Papa
you won, Alden.
All right, there we go.
You won. You won the first one, Alden.
Yep, Alden won the first one. So now you know where to go. You click the link that is pinned to the top of the YouTube chat if you're not already watching on Arena, and then you go there. Make sure to let me know on X when you got there. You send me a message. I'll see your name come across my X account at Drew Weidert on X. Go there. Make sure to message me if you're not already plugged into the Arena. If you are, just send me a message on the Arena. Absolutely fantastic. Congratulations, Julio, Papa Guth, and El Alden. It's a beautiful day, boys. It's Friday. The sun is not out
still,
but we still have good food, clean water, loved ones around us, and all the reasons in the world to be thankful for another beautiful day in the world. What is he talking about? What? This guy. Ooh, can we deport? Maybe I'll deport you. What are you talking about, dump? I'm talking about serious things going on in the world. If you're looking at this chart on the 1 minute,
look at the ducks.
coming to my chat, calling this a dump, right? This is a dump for ants. This is a dump for ants. This is absolutely ridiculous. Coming here.
Where'd Kelly go? Oh, there he goes.
I'll add him to the stage here. This is not a dump. Okay, we're at $90,700. Stop thinking short term.
Stop thinking on the 1 minute candles, ding dongs.
Yeah, you gotta be thinking long term here if you're gonna make it.
Oh my silver.
If you want to trade with us, I would say to get into the Discord. We have a link down in the description. Stay plugged into what Kelly's doing in the background too, because we might be able to bring that information to the general public first thing in the morning to get a really good vibe on where the markets are going to likely go that day of. Very, very good write-ups that you're doing over there, Kelly. Absolutely love
Crypto Criminy. If you're really struggling on Discord, come over to the Arena. At least there will be someone to be able to talk to you there. One of the two, if you can't get on Discord.
Yeah. Let's see here. Crypto Criminy, don't know. Some time to know how to use
like I was when I started.
Yeah. So yeah, you join the trading signal calls, the trading hub by using your user ID that is provided to you in the 2-bit account. You can click a link and join 2-bit for free, and then just simply copy and paste that user ID to get access to our Discord. We do have a link down in the description. Get in there and get involved, folks. It's a great day to be involved with the markets.
Agreed.
Stay warm if you are in the South or any of those locations that are described as potentially being affected by this massive storm. Stay wary and stay conservative. Get rich slowly and protect those profits quickly, folks. I will leave you with that message and see you on the next episode. And make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you don't subscribe to this channel and you sit here watching me pour my heart out for you day in by day, out, you disgust me.